Hey, I'm Champaign native Emily Harrington. You're watching the podcast where townies and transplants share their tales of tears and triumphs, losses and wins, proving week after week that everyone has a story to tell. Welcome to HyperLocals. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I'm trying to center myself to the next HyperLocals podcast. We've had a rough morning, and this woman, I'm so grateful that she is the one I'm interviewing, because if anyone knows the Tetris that it takes to make a schedule work, it is this person. This is Lisa Rector. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I am great.
So funny, because I was thinking about, I was saying, let's get into your origin story to warm up. And you're like, we don't need, no. But you're from Ohio.
I am.
And that's like the highlight. That's it.
Well, no. I mean, I had a great childhood. I have a great family. I just, I think we probably want to talk a lot about my life in Champaign.
Sure.
So, yes, I'm from Springfield, Ohio.
Okay.
And I'm one of three girls. I'm the middle child.
Oh, so you have middle child syndrome.
Yes.
Okay.
I suppose. For me, I'm like, that just means I'm the glue that keeps everybody together.
Perfect. And I can see you in that role for sure.
Yeah.
So 3 girls.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And your maiden name, pronounce it for me.
Knisley.
It's
okay. KneisleY.
So lucky to get Rector that's easy to say and spell.
Yes. When I got married, it was so nice to just say, hi, my name is Lisa Rector. I didn't have to say Lisa Knisley, KneisleY.
Oh, that's so funny.
So, yes.
I have interviewed your husband before.
Uh-huh.
We are both townies, him and I.
Yeah.
So we had a lot to talk about there, and that you and him, the overlap. So we'll kind of get to that.
Okay.
I imagine you're a good student.
That depends on the class. Is it something exciting and interesting? Really, like my college career, I had a lot of fun. Like, I was there for the social part.
Okay.
I like to be around other people, and I was in a sorority, which was really fun
question.
and exciting, and I got a lot of leadership skills from that experience.
What sorority?
Kappa Delta.
Okay, KDs, and they're here
Yeah.
too. Okay.
Uh-huh.
See, I was a DZ at ISU, totally different house here. I don't know if you've experienced that.
So we didn't have houses. We had dorm floors.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
So
Okay.
no Greek housing. It was a smaller college,
Okay.
Eastern Kentucky University. And so I was 4th floor of Walters. That was the Kappa Delta floor.
That's fascinating to me.
Yeah, it was really fun.
So you had to live in 1 year?
I don't remember. It's been a while.
We only had to do one. That was like the big.
Well,
big
and then
perk of it.
if you were on, so I was VP of New Member
Of course you
Education.
were. Of course you were.
So that was like my first big leadership role.
Yeah.
Which again, I learned a lot from that. So I had to live on the dorm floor for when you were serving in that kind of leadership position.
VP
so I think
of
I was
new
there.
membership.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big position, right?
Yes.
That's like in charge of recruitment, kind of?
No, so like when our new members joined,
Okay.
I would be responsible for helping them with their classes, pass their tests, get to initiation. So I was their pledge mom,
Oh my gosh.
which
Okay.
was just so fun.
And a great role for you.
Yes, I loved it.
In college, you meet Jason, is that right?
Yes, so we
Okay.
have kind of an interesting story. I knew him my whole 4 years of college, so we met our freshman year, but we didn't start dating until our senior year, and we had 3 months left until graduation. So we were friends all through college. We were bartenders. That's how we like really connected.
Okay. What's
So
the bar? What was the
It was
bar?
called Buddha Belly.
Okay,
It was
cute.
like the bar in Richmond, Kentucky.
Okay, so you and him were side by side bartending
Yes.
at Buddha Belly.
Yes.
That
And we were friends,
okay.
and we were both dating other people.
Okay.
And we would get in trouble because we were flirting, and we would like to come to work a little bit earlier so we could meet with each other and just like chat and catch up. And what a great opportunity. He was right in front of me, and I didn't realize that.
So how do we go from hey bartending buddy to
Yeah.
romantic? Who
Who
was the first one that pulled the trigger in that direction?
I think it was him.
That's so funny.
And I bailed on our first date because I had a cold, and I was like, I can't go to dinner
Yeah.
for our first date, and I feel horrible. I look horrible. I can't go. So I bailed on him, and he thought that I just didn't want to.
That was it.
Yeah, go on the date. And I was like, no, I promise. Like, we will reschedule. And then I think our next meetup, he bailed on me. So it took us a little bit of time to like get to the first date. And then he graduated. I took a little bit longer because I changed my major a couple times. So he moved back to Champaign. So then we were together when we started dating for 3 months. And then he graduated, came to Champaign. I was still finishing my degree. And then we did long distance in different states for 3.5 years.
That's a long time.
Yes.
But you guys had such a foundation with the friendship
Yeah.
that it would really help that through.
And I think that's why it took us a little bit of time to really like, okay, we're going to try this because we really valued our friendship.
Yeah.
And we were like, we don't want to lose this if it doesn't work.
Yes, and it worked.
It worked.
I want to know you about this is always interesting when someone has new opinions of Champaign-Urbana.
Ooh,
What did you think of this town?
Oh, when I first moved
Yeah.
here? So when we
visited.
When we first started dating, Jason was like, well, just so you know, I'm going back to my hometown, Champaign, Illinois. It is the best city. And his plan was his dream job to be a firefighter on Champaign Fire Department, which he got. Yes. And so again, I'm from Ohio, went to college in Kentucky, so I had moved, and I was like, I'm open to that.
Okay.
You know, I'm not set on going back to Ohio, but I wanted to try my own thing for a little bit too. That's why we did long distance for a while.
Okay.
Because I wasn't just going to move here right away and follow him to his hometown. So I was strategic about that. But yeah, when I first visited, I mean, I knew why he loved this town. I fell in love with it right away. Yeah.
What makes it unique or valuable?
I just feel like Champaign is like a small, big town.
Yeah.
I mean, because university, we have a lot of diversity here. We have a lot of great restaurants. And I tell a lot of people, like, when you go run an errand, you're likely going to run into somebody you know. Like, I do love that part of it, unless it's like I'm trying not to see anybody because I don't have makeup on, I'm wearing a hat, I'm just trying to run into the grocery store, and of course you're going to see 4 people. And I knew we wanted to start a family together, and it just felt like the perfect place for us to really plant our roots for our family
and Jason already had some growing, so it makes complete sense. So you said those 3 years you're long distance, you were kind of doing your own thing. What does that mean? What's that look like?
So I graduated, my degree is in apparel design and merchandising.
Shut up.
Yes, which I'm obviously not putting that to good
What was your first major?
Okay, so my whole family's in the medical field.
Okay.
And I went to school just thinking I get to follow that career path too, whatever that looks like. So I decided I wanted to be an occupational therapist, and Eastern Kentucky had a really good OT program.
Okay.
And my older sister was at UK. So I was like, that's perfect. I'll get out of Ohio. She's, 20, 30 minutes close to me down there. So this is perfect. It was a 2.5-hour drive from home. So it was far enough away, but still close enough I could come home quickly if I needed to. So I went to school for occupational therapy, and I really did enjoy
I can see you in that role too.
Yeah, but just like the classes, I wasn't loving it. And I could just tell, like, I'm not passionate about this. I don't think that this is going to be the right fit for me.
Sure.
So then I just started exploring options. I really liked fashion. So decided to change my major. I forget if I think I was like a junior. Like, it was pretty late.
Were your parents like, what are you doing?
I think they were just like, I think maybe they were proud of me for realizing that this isn't going to be your path.
Sure.
But I think that also maybe made them a little nervous because that's all our family knew is the medical field.
And you can get a job anywhere.
Yeah. And going into apparel design and merchandising, if I was going to end up somewhere in Champaign or a town like that, there weren't going to be a ton of big opportunities like being a buyer, things like that. So I did know moving here, it would probably be, my job would probably be in retail management, which is what it was.
Okay.
So after I graduated, I lived in Indianapolis. I was the store manager for Aldo. It's a shoe store, European shoe store.
Sure.
So I do have the best shoe closet.
Oh my gosh. What was the discount? Do you remember the employee discount?
I think it was pretty good at that. I think it was 50% for that one. But some of the prices, I mean, it's genuine leather. Like, they're good shoes. So
You're still selling
But they're
it.
heels that are like super tall. I think I recently just got rid of them at the Divine Consign sale because I'm like,
Have to
I
let go
have
of
3
those.
kids. Like, I can't be wearing these.
There
It's
is no need anymore.
But it was just so hard to give those up
Yes.
because they were just so pretty. So then I lived in Indianapolis, and then with that company, I was transferred to Louisville, Kentucky. That's how you say it, Louisville.
Louisville, okay.
And I moved around a little bit, and then I was transferred up to the Chicago area. And then Jason was like, you know what? I'm done with this long distance, and I'm ready to
settle down.
Yes. So I was like, well, then you got to
Put a
pop
ring
the
on
question.
it. Yeah.
So that gave him a little motivation, and here we are.
And so that engagement was what brought you down.
Yeah.
And stopped the long distance.
Yes.
Did you like the merchandising? Did you like the retail? Did you find that was your thing?
I enjoyed it. Yeah.
did.
I really liked the sales part of it.
Okay.
And I really liked just being face to face with people all day, and just meeting, new people coming in and chatting with them. And I would have a lot of conversations just outside of sales. And I think that's like a big part of maybe my success in sales is I really try to connect with the person on a personal level to gain that trust before trying to sell something.
100%.
So that has helped me in my real estate career now too. But so then I moved here and I worked at Bergner's.
No freaking way.
And Jason was on the fire department, and they have a different schedule where 24 hours on, 48 hours off. And through the holidays, I was working till midnight, and we just weren't seeing a lot of each other. We were newlyweds. I knew we wanted to start a family, so I was like, I don't know if, this is the best setup for us for our schedule and what that would look like moving forward, wanting to start having
family,
kids.
yeah. All right, we're going to take our first break. When we come back, we're going to talk about why you left Bergner's and where do you go from there. Okay, and we are back with the lovely Lisa Rector. Your skin looks really good, and you look tan, and you said you have a new makeup regime. Is that what's going on, or skincare regime?
Well, I have an 11-year-old daughter, and
God.
skincare and that routine is just life for them. So we did go to Ulta the other day, and,
her best
and she
day.
helps. Yeah, and actually Jason was like, okay, I need some anti-aging. I need some wrinkle cream. So that was, her mission is to help Daddy with his wrinkles.
So funny. Well, your skin looks great. Whatever you're doing.
Well, I'm going to shout out Nicole Allen.
Oh, is it okay? So
Yeah, her
color?
blush I've gotten my color analysis, and she also teaches you how to do your makeup. And I just tried this new blush, and I told her the other day, I love it. It's a liquid blush, which at first I was like, no, it's supposed to be a powder.
Yeah.
So anyway,
That's the new
shout
age.
out to Nicole Allen.
She's a previous guest as well.
Yes.
But she's awesome. Okay. Why are you going to leave Bergner's?
Okay, so as I mentioned, with his schedule, 1 day on, 2 days off, and working through the holidays, getting home at midnight, it just...
Yeah, that's not a newlywed.
It was tough, yeah. And at that time, he had some investment properties. Again, we were newly married, so he already had a couple of these. And real estate was always just kind of in the back of my mind. I don't know why.
Okay.
So we just talked about other opportunities, and he was like, hey, why don't you get your real estate license? And you can, at the time, it was to just help with our portfolio and help manage our properties, the investment properties. So I didn't necessarily go in thinking I'm just going to work with buyers and sellers.
Sure.
So it was really scary. I had a lot of people tell me, you're crazy. What are you thinking? You're not going to be successful. Don't do this. And I took a huge leap of faith, and I just jumped right in, and I left Bergner's, and I got my real estate license. And in, I think it was 3.5, 4 months,
Wow.
I was licensed. And I did start with meeting with tenants and helping on the leasing side. And I just quickly realized I didn't love that because I was meeting with students, and some of them were no call, no showing. And I also was working with buyers and sellers and just fell in love with that side of it. Again, the sales, I had experience, and I loved getting to meet new people.
Really?
And again, just like face to face and building those relationships.
What if they're difficult people?
Oh, yeah, there's all kinds of clients that are difficult.
But you just roll with it.
You roll with it. And we do the DISC profile. I don't know if you've heard that, but there's a lot of different types of companies that call it different things, like 4 quadrants, the DISC profile.
Okay.
So we do classes at Keller Williams and learn what your personality type is.
Okay, I've heard of Enneagram.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's I think that's like a little bit more detailed, and
Okay,
there's
got
more
it. Okay.
personality options. But yeah, same concept. Just figuring out what your client's personality type is, and then mirroring and matching. So I know if I'm going to meet a super analytical, or maybe somebody that's more soft-spoken, and I'm going to need to hold their hand, more through the process, I need to bring my high energy.
This is fascinating.
Yeah, my high energy personality down because I don't want to overwhelm them, and I just try to mirror and match. If I'm working with a client that's like super direct, and we're walking in a house and they're like, "Yep, nope, I can already tell this isn't for me." I'm not like, "Oh my gosh, but let's go check out the kitchen and look at the flooring they have in here." Like, yep, okay, let's go, moving right on.
So match the person's energy.
Yeah.
Would be a pearl of advice.
Yes.
My mom had someone tell her once, a good friend of hers, to say that you and Emily are a lot.
Uh-huh.
And so if we just bring a lot all the time, maybe we should just bring it down if they're
Yes.
if they're a calmer person.
Yes, and I've had people tell me, "Well, you're just really optimistic all the time." So yeah, just if there's somebody that maybe doesn't have the same personality type as me, I just try my best to match them and not overwhelm them. And because again, they're buying a house. This is likely their biggest investment of their life.
Sure.
And they need to trust me. They need to feel really comfortable with me. So yeah.
The test.
Yeah.
I have talked to multiple people who have not passed on the first go.
Yeah.
There's a state and then universal or?
The federal,
Federal,
or like
state,
the
federal.
national
National.
test. Yeah.
So how did that go for you? How did studying go?
Well, you asked me if I was studious, right?
Yeah.
And I passed both on the first try.
Wow,
So
I believe that's uncommon. Do you?
yeah, we don't hear that a lot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So you were interested in it.
And I think I had a little fire lit under me. I had just quit my job, and this was my main focus.
Yeah.
So for me, I was super motivated and was just really determined to get through the course quickly. I did mine online. There's a lot of different ways you can do it.
So that takes a huge amount of discipline.
Yes. Oh my gosh, real estate, working for yourself, it's all about being self-disciplined, and yes.
So you can either attend a class or you can do it online on your own timing.
Yes.
And you chose online.
And for me, I was like, if I do it online, I can be in the office and learning about the job. I was doing a lot of shadowing and knock out my license quicker than maybe if I took one of the classes.
Okay. And so you succeed, and then how do you connect yourself with a company? Act like I don't know anything about it, because it's very complicated to me how brokers and realtors, how they form teams or connect themselves with someone. So how does it work?
Great question, because a lot of people think, I'm with Keller Williams, so a lot of people think that we all just work together
100%.
and we're all on one team. So we get this question a lot.
Yeah.
So when you get licensed in Illinois, we're brokers. So you then have to hang your license under a brokerage. So you have to be under a managing broker. So those are, Keller Williams and the different like Remax, Coldwell Banker, EXP. So you have to hang your license under one of those brokerages.
Okay.
And we have a lot of great ones in town. So Keller Williams.
You knock on the door and you say, "Hey, I'm new. Can you hang my license here?"
Yes.
You just find your
You
fit.
should probably go around and see which one's going to be the best fit for you. Like Keller Williams, we're really big on education.
Okay.
Because I'll tell you this, when you go through the real estate course, you're learning a lot about license law. Well, we're not attorneys. So a lot of what you learn about in that course, it's not about meeting with people, connecting with people, getting your name out there. How can you build your brand and your business? How to write up a contract, how to negotiate. It doesn't teach you any of that. So we see a lot of these new agents, they get licensed and then they're like,
What do
I do
now?
next? How do I sell a house? How do I go build my business?
Sure.
So Keller Williams, we're really, really big on training and education. I had a newer agent reach out to me recently, and she said, well, I'm friends with another realtor in town, and he's not with Keller Williams.
Mm-hmm.
And he actually told her, you need to go talk to Keller Williams because they are like the best training education
Wow.
company. So she joined Keller Williams, and I just thought that was so cool. Like another agent saw that, recognized that, and was like, go there. Like they are
To learn.
the top brokerage for education. So anyway, then
Why did you choose them? Do you remember that process, trying to find yours home?
so Jason's cousin, Brian Inskip,
Okay, yeah.
was an
Familiar.
agent, at Keller Williams.
Okay.
And
He was a great real estate agent.
yeah, I joined his team.
Oh
So
my God.
I did go to some of the courses and classes before I was licensed, and we're also big on our culture at Keller Williams. So I could feel it, and just being in that office, I just felt the high energy and just knew it was going to be a great fit for me.
Okay.
So that's how I decided which brokerage I was joining.
Got it.
So a lot of people ask, like, are we competitors at Keller Williams?
Right.
Well, technically we are. So
Okay.
at Keller Williams, we're all independent contractors. So sometimes you'll see independent agents that are just by themselves, and then you'll see some teams. So I have the Lisa Rector team. So I have 4 licensed agents and then 2 admin on my team.
Wow.
That makes up my team. Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're going to take our break, and then when we come back, I want to talk about, literally is your office next to your competitor? Okay, and how you're all housed.
Yes.
When we come back. And we are back. Okay, Lisa asked me, are you ever like, where were we, and can't miss your spot? All the time. So I try to write and like have my pen where I'm going to pick back up. Okay, so we are moving through the real estate world. Did you feel like this is it? Like I'm in the right spot?
Yeah.
You did.
Yes.
You felt like okay. Your first home sale, do you remember that?
Yes.
Okay. Did you get that on your own? Like, are you having to pull all your own clients, all your own houses?
Yeah. So when you get licensed, that's the other thing too. We hear people say, okay, I'm going to get licensed, and then just through the MLS, I'm going to get all this business. And it's like, sorry, the MLS is the multiple listing service.
Okay.
And no, you have to you have to get out there. You have to build your brand and get your name out there.
Sure.
So, some people, if they get licensed, we hear this a lot too. Well, I really like watching HGTV, so I'm going to get my license. I'm like, okay, well, it's much more than what HGTV
Portrays.
Yes. Or a lot of people will say, I really like looking at houses. And I'm like, okay, but that's part of it. But again, you're meeting with so many different personalities. You're negotiating contracts. That could be a little stressful.
Sure.
So it's just so much more than being in pretty houses. And actually, I've seen quite the opposite. A lot of
Oh, yeah.
really heartbreaking living situations. And maybe we could talk about that later, but that's just part of like my big why of being connected in some of the nonprofits.
Okay.
Because I've seen that, and I've had those reminders of how people are living on a day-to-day basis.
So sometimes you have to sell less desirable homes.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And you're trying to get them to clean up or paint or whatever to portray their house in the best way. And that's an awkward conversation.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And I hear from a lot of sellers, oh, we don't want to have you over yet because our house is a mess. I'm like, you have no idea what I've seen. I mean, I've seen some horrible living situations.
Have you ever not taken on a listing?
So when you're new, you'll probably you'll take any client that you can.
Sure,
You're starting
sure.
your business, and that was kind of an aha and a pivotal moment for me when I realized I don't have to say yes to every client. If there's somebody that I know is going to just drain my time and not willing to get pre-approved but wants to see 10 houses and is just not respectful with that, and I just know it's not going to be a good fit, then I don't have to choose to work with that client.
You have that luxury and now the experience that you don't have to just take on anything.
Yeah, and I'm really, really being intentional around boundaries.
So good.
And especially, you know, I have an 11, 9, and 4-year-old, and I have to set boundaries. I have to protect that time with them. And if I allow a client, you know, I had a client once, it was Mother's Day. She called me 14 times. It was on a Sunday. And I said, hey, I'm going to be unavailable the next hour. And I say, it's an appointment. It was my daughter's, I think she had some kind of game or something we were doing. I wasn't available. And she just totally did not respect that. And so I no longer
really
I did not keep her as a client. And I referred her to a newer agent and was just very honest with that agent. And they're trying to build their business. They were super excited for the opportunity and loved to work with her. And that was a much better fit for that client and that agent.
Wow. Okay. So from in the beginning, you probably would have taken it on most of it. But now, is that something learned, this boundary? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Through the company, you think?
No, I think just from my experiences and actually, so I talk a lot about Keller Williams and lots of education and training. And we have masterminds with our top agents. And I actually just taught a class that was around burnout and how we're not trapped in this business and setting those healthy boundaries.
That is, I asked you, do you ever get a vacation? Because the business is going and it moves real fast.
Yeah.
And you really have to be responsive.
Yeah. And I will say, when I go on vacation, I cannot turn my phone off. Yes, I have my team in place. Yes, I have people back here that are able to help whenever I need it.
Sure.
And I can't turn my email off. I can't turn my phone off. Maybe I can, and I'm working towards that.
Sure, I think you're getting there.
I think I can, and I think that's a me thing, and giving up that control.
Sure.
And I have an awesome team in place. There's awesome agents at Keller Williams that we all, you know, support each other and help each other and cover each other when needed. And I think that's just something I get to work on a little bit more and be
maybe
more
the next 10
intentional
years.
around.
Yeah. Okay, so you're all in the same house, Keller Williams. So you're literally next door to not a teammate, a
competitors. Yeah.
Does it get chippy with each other? Are you able to keep it? I mean, that would be tough for me.
You know, I have taught a few classes in our office, and I was teaching a class. Maybe I was 5 years into the business, and I was the open house queen, so it was an open house class. And my husband was like, I'm confused. Why are you going and teaching all of your competitors about all of your tips and tricks that's working for your open houses and how you're building your business? And at Keller Williams, we just are all about mindset and having abundant mindsets. And there's plenty to go around.
There is.
Yeah. So just realizing that, and that just really helps our culture. So it really doesn't feel competitive at all. I could go in anybody's office and say, hey, I have a question. I'm struggling with, you know, this listing or pricing or whatever it is. I mean, I've been licensed since 2012, and I still am having those conversations with other agents.
Where things come up.
And yeah, we're just bouncing ideas off each other. We're just helping each other, because the market's just always changing. And again, we do these masterminds together to say, hey, what are you seeing right now in the market? What's working for you? Because if they win, like, we're all going to win, and we just want to help each other. And again, it's really just about having that abundant mindset.
Okay, so let's say your mother or your aunt, they hire a competitor of yours over you, or a good friend does.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of realtors in town.
There are.
How does that feel to you, honestly?
Yeah. Honestly. It is heartbreaking. Okay, it hurts.
It does.
Yes. Yeah, and again, that's something that I would like to be more intentional around too. And I guess my theory around that is, okay, yes, it hurts, and you can be upset for a little bit. And then you get to shake it off, and then you get to look at the situation. And I always try to ask myself, what could I have done better? Or like, maybe I didn't follow up with that person. Maybe I haven't talked to that person in a year or two. Then I can't be mad at myself or be disappointed because I didn't reach out to them. And
so
there
you
was
blame yourself.
Well, I don't blame myself, but I just look at the experience and I'm like, what can I take away from this to make sure this doesn't happen again?
Okay. So the honest answer is realtors do take it personally.
Yes.
Okay. If they're not chosen.
I would say most of us do.
Most of you do. Okay.
Yes.
That's your next healing step after boundaries is not.
Yeah. I spoke to an agent in our office the other day. He's been licensed for, I think, like 30 years. And I was thinking it was just me, like this hurts my feelings. And he said, no, I get upset. I mean, he was really upset. He had just lost one. And I was like, okay, this isn't just me. We're human.
That's so tough.
But again, and I say a lot, find your DNA in the situation. So I get to take personal responsibility and I get to see, again, where did I not mess up, but what could I have done better?
Sure.
And then again, I need to learn from that and make sure I don't do it again.
Open house queen, you called yourself.
Yes,
Okay.
that's how I built my business.
Okay, tell me about that.
Yeah.
Well, so social media did not build your business. You would say it was your open house skills?
Well, I leveraged social media around the open houses.
Okay.
So I moved here in 2011. And again, my husband's a townie, so he was well connected. I didn't know anybody. So I knew that I really needed to, again, get my face out there, get my name out there, and build my brand. And that was my main focus. And I knew if I did an open house every Sunday, I could market around that open house all week. I would door knock.
Okay.
And I would invite all the neighbors to the open house. And I would do phone calls. I would call around the neighborhood, invite people. I would do social media. I would send out postcards and flyers. I mean, I was doing it at a pretty high level. And I had a lot of success and built my business off of open houses. And I still have people in my database that I have met from 2012. And I'll call them and say, hey, you probably don't remember me, but I met you at 123 Main Street back in 2012 at this open house. And I take really good notes, what we talked about, because I'm trying to connect with them on a personal level. And they're just like, what agent is calling them years later? Because sometimes when they're going to open houses, they don't buy a house until maybe a while after.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Okay, we're going to take another break, but when I come back, it's interesting to me that you invite the neighbors because I would think that would be frowned upon, like getting looky-loos.
Yes, I hear it all the time.
Okay, we'll talk about that when we come back. Okay, and we are back. Interesting because not everyone has to be an open house queen. You chose to be an open house queen, and that's how you built your business.
Yes.
Okay. And that requires 2 to 4 on a Sunday. 2 to 4 on a Saturday ever?
Yes, we get creative. So you can
Okay.
do Saturday open houses. You can do them anytime. This is wild. But when my first year of real estate, I was on the team and we decided to do a daily open house. So I did an open house every day.
Wow. Wow.
But the public is trained. If you're going to go to an open house, it's typically Sunday 2 to 4. Sometimes we see Saturday 10 to 12 or 12 to 2. But I really like to just stick with the Sunday 2 to 4.
Okay. So that's taking a big part of family time of the day.
It is, yes,
Okay.
yes.
So it's tough.
And that was just expectations set with my husband. Every Sunday, 2 to 4, unless it's a holiday weekend, I'm doing an open house.
And does that stand true today?
So I no longer do them. I've trained a lot of agents
I think
and
that's the
team
goal.
members. Yeah, and again, leverage. And now I'm just to the point in my business where I'm happy that I can offer those opportunities to the new agents that are building their business.
Yeah.
Because it's a win-win. My seller is happy because we have the open house. We can do
Yes.
the marketing around it. I can still do the door knocking. I can still call around it. We're sending out postcards around it. And it's giving a newer agent that's building their business the opportunity to get face-to-face with some new clients and get in there and help sell the house.
So, okay, a lot of realtors discourage people who maybe aren't in the market to buying to come into the open house. I would think like looky-loos, like I mentioned.
Right.
And you want the neighbors to come in.
Yeah, I love them.
Okay.
Well, they're obviously the most familiar with the area.
Yes.
So I want their feedback. Tell me
Yes.
about the neighborhood. What do you love about this neighborhood?
Okay.
What maybe don't you love about it?
Okay.
Just so I can know. But also, it's just I'm leveraging the neighbors. So they're coming in. So I'll use you as an example, Emily. I have your neighbor's house listed. So if you come in to the open house, maybe you've never been inside that house. I know you have. But maybe you've never been inside of it.
Sure.
So that's an opportunity for you to come in. you to preview the house. Now you know how many bedrooms it is, how many baths it is, square footage, the updates, and the price. Mm-hmm. I also take it one step further, and we do feedback forms. So if you're coming into my open house, I'm having you fill out a feedback form rather than just putting your name and your email and maybe your address, phone number down. And a lot of people avoid those sign-in sheets.
Sure.
But I want, if you're going to come into my seller's home, I'm going to ask for you to provide feedback to help my seller.
That's the payment. That they get to see the house, give me some feedback.
And I hardly ever have pushback on that. Huh. And I'm asking them, rate the house. What do you think about the cleanliness? What do you think about the landscaping? How about the interior? How about the exterior? What do you think about the price? And that's really helpful because if I have everybody coming through my open house that says the price is high, the price is high, the price is high, and I go back to the seller and say, here's the feedback. Am I the bad guy? No, I'm not telling them, hey, the price is high. This is the feedback from all of these buyers and neighbors that know your area.
Is that the biggest challenge you'll find with you and a client disagreeing on the price?
Yes.
Because people put so much value in their things.
Yeah.
But it's not worth, if someone won't pay for it, it's not worth it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of emotional attachment there. And I just need to be mindful of that and
sensitive to it,
Yeah, yes. But we have a strategy for pricing, and we use data and comparable properties. Sure. So again, I'm providing the data.
Yes.
And
it's in black and white.
Yeah. And sometimes we still get clients that don't agree with that price. And at that point, I get to choose, is that a client that I want to take on? Yeah.
God, you're such a big girl. Like, you're just like, I mean, you're like a boss.
Well, it's taken me 14 years to get there.
Really, it's impressive. It really is. You've mentioned this word quite a few times, leverage. And then you said there's this Grandma Betty. We got to bring her up and the leverage of this situation.
So I went to a Keller Williams conference, and one of the top females in the whole industry.
Okay.
They were on a panel, and she said something that was just like aha moment. She said, because she was a mom, and my business, she's like 10x'd it or more. I mean, just built a huge business, has little kids. I don't know how she does it all. But she said, your children are not going to remember who cooked the meals. They're going to remember who they shared the meals with. So where in your world are you focusing on cooking the meals that really doesn't matter, that you could leverage out to make sure that you are focusing on what's important, which is sharing the meals with my kids. So at that time, Jason's Grandma Betty, she's, I think she's 91 or 92. But
she's still with us.
Oh my gosh, yes. Okay. She is awesome. She's thriving. She's the best. So this was a few years ago, and I think she was, looking for a little bit of purpose. And we had crazy busy schedules. Yeah. And Jason just said, hey, like, you're a great cook. Our kids love when we have your meals and have your cooking. And how would you feel if you did? Well, I think maybe she offered it. I don't think we came to her and we were like, hey, can we hire you for this? So the conversation, it was brought up, and we saw it as a win-win. She was super excited about it.
Yeah.
And, of course, we were super excited about it.
Sure.
So then she brought us 2 homemade meals a week.
I love it.
And it was awesome because that allowed me to maybe focus on it rather than going home and worried about what we're going to do for dinner and spending, a couple hours putting it together. I could stay at work and focus those 2 hours, be really intentional around, continuing to build my business that maybe could help sell a house that we could use for a family vacation. And then I'm still home sitting at the dinner table with my family, and that's what matters most.
So it's delegating. I mean, it's delegating tasks, like grocery delivery over spending an hour in the grocery store.
That's the other one. So then Jason and I were like, where else in our life can we leverage or delegate to get some time back? And again, protect that time that's really important, which is quality time with our family.
Sure.
So yes, we do. I haven't been to the grocery. I can't tell you the last time I've been to the grocery.
Go girl. Okay. I love it. You have earned it.
So my friends are like, well, how do we get a Grandma Betty? I mean, my kids love it. It's been years that she's done
still
this.
Doing it?
She still does it.
At 91, 92.
Yes. And my kids, my 4-year-old the other day said, Grandma Betty is the best cook. She makes the best food.
Amazing.
Like, that fills her bucket.
Yeah, that is
She
a
comes
win-win.
in and they're all just, running to her, giving her a big hug. So
That is awesome.
yeah, a lot of my friends are like, how do we get a Grandma Betty?
I love a Grandma Betty. I love it. I want to talk about, you're so sweet. I can't tell that you are sweet and but fair, firm but fair. Negotiation.
Ooh.
How do you handle as a younger woman, the art of negotiation between you and, let's say, maybe a senior male realtor?
Well, sometimes, again, mirror and match. If I have another agent that is maybe handling things a little different, I want to make sure that I'm being respected and it's fair. And at Keller Williams, we talk a lot about getting to a win-win outcome.
Okay.
And sometimes I have to remind the other agent, hey, we're all on the same team here. Like, we're trying to get to the closing table. How can we make this a win-win for the buyers and the sellers?
Okay.
And we also say, like, for agents, you got to, like, sometimes you got to get yourself out of the way because agents will get just emotionally involved and then they're in the way, and we just need to go back and focus, like, what's the end goal here? Getting the buyers and sellers to the closing table. So how can we come up with a win-win solution? So we talk a lot about that, and that helps.
Do you and the other agent talk offline? Do you have a discussions, a discourse with each other?
Oh, that's how the whole negotiations is between the buyer or the agents.
So you do form relationships, or maybe not?
Yes, and it's really important for me to be a good co-broke. So that's me as the agent on the other side.
Okay.
Because I don't want to be that agent where, I bring an offer and in their inbox they're like, "Oh gosh, it's from this agent. This is going to be a difficult one. I really don't like working with this person." I don't think I'm that agent, but I really try to be a good co-broke and work together.
Okay, this is awesome. All right, we're going to take our last break. There's a lot still I want to touch on. For sale by owner is coming to my mind. So when we get back. Okay, and we are back. Just like I think that many people think they can be their own attorney or their own representation or their own realtor, there is some for sale by owner, FSBO, people out there.
FSBO, we call them FSBOs.
Co-broke and FSBOs.
Yeah, and MLS, now you know all the...
And so they think that they can do it on their own and save themselves a little bit of money. That's the. How often do you think that's successful and they ended up or failed and they end up getting a realtor?
A lot of for sale by owners end up hiring us. Yes. I have one example. I was representing my buyers and the seller was for sale by owner. So they offered to pay my fee. So they were only, because a lot of times they think they're saving the full amount.
Okay.
So a lot of them will pay the buyer's agent. So they paid my fee. And how they negotiated, they probably left $30,000 on the table. They would have pocketed that if they had a listing agent help them. Just because they didn't know how to negotiate, they were giving up all kinds of things. If I was representing them, I would say, you're not obligated to do that. And they were just like, oh, and we'll throw this in, and we'll throw this in. And then, repair requests. There were a lot of repairs they did not need to do. So at the closing table, I just kind of said to my buyers, like, these people would have made $30,000 more in their pocket after paying a listing agent if they just would have hired an agent.
Are you able to list what a realtor brings to the table that maybe we don't know?
Yeah, well, yes. So if you have an appointment with me and you are considering selling your home, I'm going to give you my value proposition, and I'm going to tell you everything that you're going to get when you hire me and my team. And a lot of it is the exposure. So when you're listing with an agent, that listing is going to sync out to over 350 different websites.
Okay.
I mean, the number one source that buyers are using in today's world is, the internet.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to make sure it's out on over 350 different sites and get you the full exposure, and I'm going to leverage social media and just really get that full exposure for you, that they're not willing to do. It's more than just putting a sign in the yard.
Yes, it's more.
And a lot of sellers don't realize that. So once I explain all of that and then I break down, the fee structure.
Sure.
Again,
Meaning what you get of the sale.
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Buyers and sellers both profit from the sale of a home. Is that right?
What do you mean?
Do the two agents both profit from the deal?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Realty is a huge part of your life, but I know you maybe above that as being a real girl's girl, a real supporter of women. Mm-hmm. Philanthropy is huge. I think you would raise your hand for about anything.
I'm working on boundaries with that and not saying yes to everything. And it's really hard. But yeah.
But this goes back, and you were with Dancing with the Stars.
I did.
And you won.
Yes.
Okay.
I set the record.
Really?
Yes.
That's incredible. Yeah, you just you were just always able to help and support and lift up women in particular. Mm-hmm. And this goes back to kind of your purpose and your why. What we were talking about when you see the way people are kind of living. What is your purpose? What is your why? How do you kind of wrap that up?
Yeah, well, my family, and we love to travel. We're all about experiences and quality time. So again, us getting around the dinner table and sharing a meal together and, going on trips together, vacations. We're really into going to concerts right now. So again, with our 11 and 9-year-old. So if there's like any kind of Christian concert or country concert in the area that we all know, we're going to go. And it has just been such a fun experience. And when they get to the ages where you can like
have fun with them.
Have fun with your kids.
And you're having fun.
Yeah, and it's something like Jason and I love going to concerts. Now we can share that with our children.
100%.
It is such a cool experience.
It is. I want to, the Dancing with the Stars, I want to know what that was like for you. Was that out of your comfort zone or your dance background?
Oh, no, I don't have a dance background. And when Jennifer Roscoe asked me, I said, I don't have a big corporate backing. Like, I'm not going to be able to raise that kind of money.
Sure.
And I got out of my head and I realized all the people in our community, we have lots of generous people that want to give back and support nonprofits. So I just knew I got to ask maybe more people than somebody if they, had a big corporate backing to support them.
So more work.
Yeah, and I was up for the challenge. And I heard early in my career, if you're not growing, then you're dying. So get out of your comfort zone, because when you do something that makes you uncomfortable, you're growing. So I have told myself since I got into real estate, I think that was in 2012, I had heard a mentor say that, if there's an opportunity that presents itself for me and it's in alignment with my values and my why and is, not going to be a huge time commitment that I'm not agreeable to. If it's something that maybe I want to say no because it's going to make me uncomfortable,
challenge you,
then I get to get out of my way and say yes.
Okay.
And that was that experience. And I knew I don't want to do it because I don't want to get on stage. I'm not a dancer. I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, asking for the donations, like that didn't turn me away.
It's like a house sale.
Much.
I mean, it's like,
yeah,
you're a salesperson for this philanthropy.
But again, it's going back to the big why.
Yeah.
I just knew if I told people about the organization and who they're serving and who really wins, which is the youth in our community and our future generations, and I go about it that way, then I'm going to have a better experience, and I'm going to hear a lot more yeses than if I just say, hey, will you support me? I want to win.
Sure.
So that was my approach. And again, our community is full of generous people. So yeah, I just went out and asked everybody I knew. I mean, I was really creative. I sent to our Christmas card list. So I had like a little card with my picture on it. And again, talked about the why behind it. And
so how much did you end up raising?
Over $200,000.
Over 200,000. How many people donated? Do you know? How many bodies?
To me specifically, I don't know. Maybe like 75.
$200,000.
Yeah.
Did you know you were? Did you know you were going to win? Were you monitoring?
No.
Up to the minute?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So I'm very competitive.
Oh, okay.
I'm very competitive, and if I say yes to something, I want to win. Something like that.
Okay.
So that was a little stressful. That was probably the most stressful part. And I just told Jason the night of, you watch the numbers, and you are in charge of making sure we win. And he did a great job.
That is so. So he's like, hey, we need this, this, and this. And
Well,
it put you over the edge.
Yeah, I mean, that was the people in the room and just the excitement. I had my kids up there with me because, again, why wouldn't I? We're supporting our youth. Of course, I'm going to have my children up there.
Sure.
I also, any chance that we can get to get our children involved to learn about one of the organizations and to understand that who is helping and why that's important to help other people and to give back, then my kids are going to be there and they're going to be a part of it.
Your why, the philanthropy, do you lean towards supporting women more? Do you see that? Because I know you do like a monthly.
That's a big part of it, but that's not the main focus. I think the philanthropy, the why behind it is, again, I've seen some not so great living situations, and that is just a constant reminder for me of people in our community that are living different and are facing different challenges than what I see.
100%.
And my husband's a firefighter, and he sees a lot of unfortunate situations as well. You know, kids that are at home, they should be in school. Parents that are overdosed and, you know, the child's in the house. Things like that has really been our motivator for our family to work with these nonprofits and give back as much as we can.
Being a wife of a firefighter just adds to your stress, I imagine.
Yeah.
Tough for you guys.
Yes.
Tough. Does that changed? Has it always been tough? Has it gotten tougher?
It just depends on what calls have come up. Unfortunately, we've had a tough few years.
Oh, sure.
We've lost, I think, 3 of our firefighters.
That's a lot.
And some of their family members, and 2 of our firefighters just got brutally attacked. So, and then that's not even talking about any of the calls that our spouses, our firefighters have experienced. And then they come home and, you know, are expected to just turn off what they just saw and experienced. And then, you know, in our case, go into dad mode and be present at home. So, yeah, it's definitely a different life. And we have our spouse group.
So were you the mastermind of this?
I really ramped it up, yes. Well, because I was at a point, I think I had our first child and I was needing support. And it was a lot because if you have children and you're a fire spouse, you're a single mom every 3rd night. And really, it's more than that because they take holdovers. And I needed some support in other women and not just women, but people that I could rely on that were in the same boat.
And so you guys get together every week, every month?
We get together pretty regularly.
Okay.
And it's really just, we say we're trauma bonded. And we just talk about, you know, what's going on and what we're navigating and if we can support each other. And they're just very raw conversations.
Because no one knows what you're feeling.
No, and I don't want to expose my family to that. I don't want to call my mom and tell her everything that, you know, we just experienced or a call that Jason just saw.
Sure.
So, yeah, it's nice to have those other people that are going through that same experience and living that same life.
Okay, well, we're at our end here, okay? So I just want to know, how can people contact you?
You can find me. If I'm a good agent, then you can find me anywhere online. But we have a website, Facebook. If you just type in Lisa Rector, Champaign, or real estate, you'll find me.
It's kind of interesting how, I know we got to go, different realtors have kind of different pockets of the town. You're kind of getting the prospect, I feel.
I do. Yes, I have 2 on prospect right now. Yes.
Which is, the visibility is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, well, you're incredible. Thank you for accommodating me and my drama this morning. I really appreciate it. Because I feel now that I infringed on boundaries.
No. Okay. Because I respect, that's your why. That's where you needed to be.
Okay.
That's where you needed to be. And I, respect that completely.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Have a good weekend. Oh, my God. What a joy you are, Lisa. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Bye. Thank you for listening to this week's HyperLocal show. If you like what you hear or you need anything from me, let me know at hyperlocalscu.com. Also, search and follow HyperLocalsCU on all social media. Like me, follow me. Bye.